The Pittsburgh Steelers have made several roster changes over the past few days. They added 3 players to the practice squad, released 2, traded for 2, and had 1 player return from suspension. Before we get into all the details, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for everything related to Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Don't forget to like this video too. Now let's dive into this week's roster updates and transactions for Week 10. First, let's talk about Cameron Sutton. After serving a 9-game suspension, he's back and ready to join the 53-man roster. Luckily, there was an open spot, so he could join without the team needing to release another player. Sutton's return adds depth at cornerback, specifically in the slot position, where he and Beanie Bishop Jr. will strengthen the lineup. Next, let's cover the trades. At the trade deadline, the Steelers picked up 2 players, wide receiver Mike Williams from the New York Jets and edge rusher Preston Smith from the Green Bay Packers. Both are now part of the main roster and are expected to make a big impact in their respective roles. However, to make space for them, the Steelers had to release Rodney Williams from the main roster. Williams, who was a significant contributor in the Steelers' last game, made a key block on Calvin Austin's 70-plus yard punt return touchdown. Unfortunately, because of these recent transactions, Williams was waived. If he clears waivers, he may be re-signed to the practice squad. Additionally, Andy Isabella was released from the practice squad. Isabella, a former second-round pick for the Arizona Cardinals, joined the Steelers' practice squad just last week, but his stay was brief. In his place, the Steelers signed 3 new players to the practice squad: tight end Matt Soul, defensive tackle Dominique Davis, and offensive tackle Dylan Cook. Cook is a new addition to the practice squad, having spent much of the season on injured reserve. Previously, he was on the 53-man roster in 2023, but didn't see any game action. Originally an undrafted free agent for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2022, he now serves as depth at offensive tackle and could be called up if any injuries occur. Dominique Davis and Matt Soal have been in and out of the Steelers' practice squad this season, so they're familiar faces. Davis initially entered the NFL with the New York Jets as an undrafted free agent in 2020. He spent time with both the Bengals and the Steelers, gaining experience across practice squads and active rosters. During training camp, the Pittsburgh Steelers signed Cameron Sutton, who joined the team despite some off-field drama. He's previously played for several teams, including the Chargers, Jaguars, Lions, and Patriots before landing here. Although he was suspended for 9 games this season, the Steelers decided to wait it out, trusting that his experience would be valuable. Sutton's return fills a big gap at the slot cornerback position. Beanie Bishop has recently been doing well in that role, even making interceptions, but adding a veteran like Sutton could bring consistency to the defense. As for the recent trades, the Steelers acquired wide receiver Mike Williams, who has been practicing with the team this week. Teammate George Pickens mentioned that Williams' size and ability to make tough catches will make him a problem for opposing defenses. Williams is expected to be either the number 2 or number 3 wide receiver, creating more options on offense. On the defensive side, the Steelers added Preston Smith, who will be valuable at outside linebacker since Nick Herbig may miss the upcoming game due to injury. Smith will likely step in when Alex Highsmith and T.J. Watt need breaks, adding depth and experience to the linebacker position. One surprising roster move was the release of Rodney Williams. He made a big impact in the last game with a key block on a punt return touchdown, but was still let go, likely due to roster constraints after these trades. Meanwhile, safety Minkah Fitzpatrick may still be recovering from a knee injury that has kept him out previously. Though he hasn't practiced this week, the Steelers have decided to keep him on the roster. Other additions to the practice squad this week include Matt Soal, Dominique Davis, and Dylan Cook. These new signings add depth, and if injuries occur, these players are ready to step up. Let me know in the comments below who you think will make the biggest impact this week. Do you expect Cameron Sutton to get game time and possibly become the starting slot corner? How do you feel about the additions of Mike Williams and Preston Smith? Also, share your thoughts on the release of Rodney Williams and the practice squad additions. And don't forget to subscribe for all the latest Steelers news, updates, highlights, and analysis. I'll be covering roster updates and weekly transactions, so stay tuned. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.